Some books that have been very important to me, just in my own spiritual growth. I have to go to the beginning and reading Mere Christianity when I was in college, and just actually being blown away at such a smart person as C.S. Lewis talking about the faith in ways that I really couldn't understand, but I was very attracted to it. Not for the wrong reasons, not because I wanted to be a smart Christian, but because I had questions. And he was somebody who was just looking at things afresh, and it was very important to me. And then following up with that, most people read the Chronicles of Narnia when they're kids. I never saw them until I was out of college, and I read the stories, and I was completely captured by how the power of story and of narrative for explaining the gospel to me. And it really was as if windows and doors just blew open in my mind and in my heart, and I said, my goodness. Then I started understanding why Jesus spoke in parables and why there's so many stories in the Bible, because it really communicates to people. While we're on C.S. Lewis, I have to mention the Screwtape Letters too. For me, the spiritual depth, really the psychological spiritual depth of insight in that book, I don't go a year or two actually without reading the Screwtape Letters or listening to them on tape if I don't have time to read it. But it's just extremely helpful to me for understanding the battles in my own heart as I try to sort of follow Jesus as best as I can. One more I'll mention. There are a series of novels by a novelist, Stephen Lawhead, who has published his retelling of the King Arthur legend. And a lot of his books touch on Celtic Christianity and sort of expressions of faith in the medieval period. And what that sort of portrays for me is, I guess, a simpler kind of faith without a lot of the baggage we sometimes have in the modern period, and what the wonderful Celts did to spread Christianity around the world, and their commitment, their devotion, their discipline. And I think seeing the Christian faith from a different angle through different eyes is something that's just very refreshing to me, and I really appreciate the things that he's done.